Mhm.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Next Perfect Step, where all possibilities lie in conversation. I'm your co host, Laurie Mullen.
And I'm your co-host, Kim McStay.
And I'm your co-host, Laurie Tremblay. Welcome to today's episode. We all recently heard a channeled message from Diane Fresco, who channeled the Pleiadians, and she's talking about the 5D world, the new Earth, and the 3D world being here now, one and the same at the same time. And what does that feel like? What is it like to be advancing and ascending into this new energetic vibration? So that's what we'd like to talk about today.
So, Laura, I'd like to ask both you co hosts, if nobody knows what we're talking about at this moment, what does new Earth versus old Earth mean to you?
I guess I'll start. I feel like it's timelines more than anything else. So I think we're all here on the same Earth. So there's not actually another Earth, which I used to think when I first started learning about this stuff years ago. I kind of saw it that way. Now I see it as it's more that your vibration and frequency, and how you feel about yourself, how you self-love, how you expand love, all of that kind of brings you into an area of a timeline that fits you the best. And even though you'll still be in with all of the other people and experience other things, you might not experience it the same way. So it's how you look at it differently.
So Kim, that's a great comment. Can you also explain for people that might not know what timelines mean?
Sure. At least this is what they mean to me. And one thing that I will have to say, that I listen to a lot of different conversations, a lot of different YouTubes, a lot of different channelers. And I think the important thing for me, and I would hope that I could share that with other people, is that you really have to listen to your own intuition when it comes to a lot of this kind of stuff, because we're all human that are talking about it, except for the extraterrestrials. But how much of what they're saying is actual truth or for their benefit. So it's like I really feel like you have to stand into your own person when you're talking about this stuff or explaining it. And so I don't want to sound like I know what's going on, but what the timelines mean to me is that it's kind of like a dimensional phase. So we might be living a certain life a certain way in one moment while we're living a completely different structure in another lifetime. So it's like those timelines. I might be, a great manifester of all things wonderful in one timeline, and I might be, living on a street in another. But it's more of both are real and both are not real, in my opinion. And so when you reach a timeline, it's what is your frequency meeting up with on that. So you meet different people, or you resonate with other objects, things, people, experiences, the way that you are set up to live. And so that's what you line up with.
That's a great answer. Thank you. Yeah, that really speaks to me. So to answer Laurie's question, to me, the new Earth is about becoming more aware of who I am and how I relate to other people, how I share and express love, how I share and express community, how I see things, how my vibrational level. Like I think in my life that I've come up in many different types of levels, and a series of awakenings is what I always call it. So you become more aware of a new type of way of looking at something, or a way of being in your own skin. And to your point, Kim, I think part of the integration process is getting all of those different parts of ourselves to come in to one integrated space. And we all talk about our higher consciousness, but our higher self, believe that is also a big part of the new earth, is becoming integrated into our higher self, becoming more stepping into our divine skin, our divine self, because we are great, magnificent beings in this body, but we're not the body, we're a spirit. So becoming aware of the spiritual aspect of ourselves and how we can also keep our feet on the ground and live our daily life and do, laundry and all that. How does that fit in? It to me, it's feeling lighter to me lately. I feel like there's a lot of lightness, a lot of light, a lot of synchronicities are happening more quickly and rapidly. And that's exciting. And I don't know what's going to happen, what's coming up, but it's exciting to just allow it to come, and to allow your expansion, and to allow your connections with your community and your soul tribe. That's what I call them. So that's my take on that. How about you, Laurie? What's your ideas?
So like I loved what you said about, becoming more of your true self. And I agree with everything both of you said. And like Kim said, she had an idea in the beginning that this was going to be something separate. And I really don't like the word new earth, because it does seem like it's something separate from where we are right now. And I don't see it that way. I kind of related, I did like Kim did in the beginning too. This was a whole journey rabbit hole of observing everything that was brought up with this whole discussion, which has been going on for a long time. And I relate it to what I look like my life was 20 years ago versus what my life looks like right now. And I feel like I am living in a whole different world, right? My life is completely different. Like can't even imagine the life that I was living 20 years ago. Like my focus, my energy, I am more focused on joy, love, compassion, where we're moving forward. So I feel like it's an energetic focus, Laurie brought something. I also feel like part of it, coming to your true self, is that we embody our soul in our physical body here and now. Living that way, living our true higher self, our soul self here, embodied in our physical self, and living from that energetic space. So that's what I kind of see. It's not a new earth, it's we're new. We're new people on this earth, living from more of a heart centered space, which creates a whole new world. And again, I'm just going to repeat myself, not a physical new earth, but like I said, from one that we were never living before, which makes it feel like a whole new earth or a whole new world. And in a way, that's exactly what it is, right? You've changed your world by changing your focus, and creating joy in your life, which creates new worlds for you. So to me, that's what new earth means to me. It's creating a world, my world, which hopefully, I want for everybody. I want everybody living their most joyful life. And that creates a whole new world for everybody. So that's what it means to me.
And we get to do it together. It's like a collective thing now. Like a lot of people are opening their consciousness and becoming more aware. Also becoming more aware. They say the veil is thin. Well, what does that mean? That means that our unseen cosmic family, the angelic realms, our guides and teachers, that our non-physical guides and teachers are here. always with us. Our ancestors are here, always with us. We have more access to communication with our unseen family and friends, as well as our soul tribe here. So I know some of these terms are in the new age world a little cliche, like soul tribe or things like that. But that's kind of describing your family, your like-minded community that you connect with here, physically and in our non-physical world. So those connections are becoming more strong. They're becoming more real. Also, not only that, but connecting with animals and trees and the elements is becoming more of a very tangible and beneficial practice. And it's becoming stronger than it was, I think, than it has been before, too. So there's a lot of upward spiraling types of changes coming for all of us, and we're all doing it together. And then there are the other people that maybe not choose to, at this time, have their focus there. So they're going to be in a different reality or a different world, so to speak. So you can see that happening, playing out right now. But the main thing is that we're all in this together and we just make our choice as to what we want to do.
Yeah. So I just
Yeah.
want to say
ahead.
that what you were saying about signs and synchronicities and connecting with our past loved ones and our guides, that is an ability that we have up until now think that special people have, or that only certain people have. And the truth is, every single one of us are capable of doing it. We just have to come from a heart-centered space. And more people are realizing, and I think that that's what's going to come, that's what's coming online, is that we all realize we all have these gifts. We all have these abilities. It's not certain people who are connected or not connected. It's all of us. So it's a realization that we are all capable of this love and communication with everyone. So yeah. So I like that, Laura. Kim, you were going to say?
No, well, I was gonna, but now I have two thoughts. So one from you, Laurie, telling me about the integration process of really integrating all parts of who we are, because I think in order to really move forward into your own dimensional timeline or whatever that you choose to be in, you really do have to become friends with all of that. And I know the three of us did that meditation that time that really helped do that with the Whispers of the Wild, when the wolf moon. I mean, that was transformational for me to like really integrate all those different parts of myself. And as to what Laurie Mullen just said about the that we all have those abilities, and I find that so many people, they're just so unaware of it, and and you can tell that they have the same abilities everybody else does. And I agree, like we're all born with that. But what I'm really finding completely fascinating, as the from what I understand, like from 2013, the kids that were born then into now they're born with the knowledge of those abilities. So they're able to like really tap into them much sooner than our generation did. I mean, it took me forever I had it when I was little, lost it, and then it took forever to be able to accept that again. And I see these kids, and their eyes are different. Their connection to animals and people and the internet are like over the top, as far as I can see. It's pretty wild that way.
Yeah, I agree. I also think, though, that we have to give ourselves some credit, too, is that we are doing things differently. We are healing ourselves, which opens up a space for these kids to feel like that's normal. Where when we were younger, that was not normal. That was evil or something like that. And you were strange and weird. We're making it normal for them. Right. So I So I think there's a twofold. I definitely think kids are coming more online, and we're creating a space for them to be able to feel confident about that, not feel weird or left out. And so I think we should all give ourselves, credit for creating a space where this is allowed. They're allowed, and they can show and teach us.
Right.
Yeah, that's neat.
So was there anything else from the video that that we watched that stood out to you guys, or you wanted to dive deeper into?
I think the parts of it about, how we kind of can sort of see the chaos that's going on in the world right now as something that's productive. And that,
Mhm.
Because it's so hard to hang on to that thought that we're going through all of these rough and rugged times, and we don't have to, we do have to, in order for the new world, or however you want to describe it, the world of love and peace that is, I believe, true. I think it is going to happen, and we just need to see it as, okay, this is just, this is the blender right now, mixing all the ingredients, and I do not want to put my finger in it. So I'm going to just be the observer and just try to breathe through it and try to hold my space and hold love for the world as best I can, so that, I can avoid getting my hand in the blender, which, I never used to believe was true. I was always an activist and this and that and everything else. But now I feel like I'm just going to let this ride out, and I'm going to hold my true self in a place where, like Laurie Mullen just talked about, with, just allowing that to be okay for people to feel like crap and come and say, hey, how do I not feel like crap? And to be able to be there as a sounding board for that.
All right.
So
I think.
go ahead,
Go
Laurie.
ahead. Yeah, please.
And I think that just something to put out there to help is, you can see the blender, but you don't have to sit and observe the blender. You can focus on something else. Focus on where we're going, or bringing more joy into your present daily life, like this moment right here. Like, okay, I see the illusion and I see the chaos that's going on, but I can see the blender, but I'm going to choose to focus on something that makes me happy today. I'm going to read a book instead. I'm going to go for a walk. That can help get you through. You don't have to sit and watch the chaos. Even if you're not participating in it, you can see it. Okay, I see there's chaos, but I'm not going to choose to sit and watch. I'm going to create more joy in this moment. So I just, hopefully that helps someone.
I think that was mentioned possibly in the video too, what you just said, Laurie, about, it's important to find and create your own joy, your own personal space, because we are here. It's hard sometimes because you are here in this blended world, and you're also trying to focus and raise your vibration. So it's a hard dance, I guess.
And I think that's what we talk about between the two worlds, our feet between the two worlds, right? There's the one foot in the chaos and the one foot in the joy, right? So that's what we're straddling right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right.
So we do have a workshop coming up that's going to deal with some of these issues, and how to kind of handle and cope with the skills that we need to stay focused and grounded and to find our joy. And we're happy to be hosting that in New Hampshire, here in Wolfboro, New Hampshire, on May 17th, at from 10 to 3. So we have more information about that, but I just wanted to bring that up because it fits into what we're discussing right now.
Yeah, very good point. Yeah, because we're hoping to help people out with some of these tools to cope with this whole change of change of scenery, change of worlds, or however you want to see it.
So I have a question for our listeners. If you would just type in the comments ways that you feel you can raise your vibration, or what do you do when you're to bring yourself up into this new world and of joy. We'd love to hear from you.
Right.
Any last comments or thoughts?
No,
No,
it was an interesting topic.
Certainly
it is an
was.
interesting topic.
Yeah.
Great.
And I just want to give a quick little shout out before we go to Old Ways Mustard Seed. If you'd like to get a copy of my physical book, she has it there in Wolfboro, New Hampshire. So check her out. I'll link the website down below. And we thank you for joining us. Until next time, how is your intuition leading you to the next perfect step?